Hello everyone, Mila here, and welcome to Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES. Played the arcade version last time, figured let's do the NES version this time. Same game, just for the NES, and of course more difficult. This is Michelangelo again. More difficult because I can actually run out of lives and just game over. Fall on your butt, Michelangelo. Fire! We gotta get April out! Game I finished in the past, but I had a hell of a time actually doing it. However, I did find that there are extra things you can do in this game, the options. Like I give myself extra lives. And there's also a God mode that you can turn on that allows you to beat basically every enemy in one hit. And take like no damage. I did not turn that on, because that would be boring. I want to properly play the game. Just give myself extra lives to make it not as brutal. And because I like trying to finish the game in one video. I probably won't be able to do that with certain ones, like the NES original Turtles. Which is fine. If I gotta do it with one or two, I'll do that. Oh, don't want to get rotten. Oh, it's been so long since I played this version of the game. You should get run over, come on. I can even remove sprite flickering and such, but I chose not to do that. Let's keep it authentic to the NES. Including all the flickering. Play it like I did way back in the past. When I had the actual cartridge for this game. I know how to consistently do the special move. I notice it doesn't drain your health when you use it. Do I actually have to be attacking enemy to use it or something? I don't know. How convenient. There's an infinite number of giant balls that fall down here. Wouldn't just the weight of those things cause a building to collapse? There's an infinite number of them. They wouldn't even fit. You can just sit there forever and they'll never stop falling. If only there was like a speed up function here, I would actually do that. Let me just stand there where those giant balls fall, turn on high speed, and just sit there for like 5 hours. And watch them never run out. We shouldn't come out of elevators in the fire, you know. But they are robots, so they weren't programmed to be smart. They're just programmed to kill turtles. Not just any turtles, though. The Teenage Mutant Ninja variety of turtles. Oh, Rocket Rodneys. Juggle you against the wall until I get shot. Now I get electrified. And how conveniently you can't move to the right unless you kill all the enemies. How does that work? If you're getting into a fight in real life, can you suddenly not move in a particular direction just because you haven't beaten them yet? Even if they're not actually blocking your path, you just physically can't move. And what stops you from being able to move left? That's another problem these games have. Why can't you move left? Amazing the graphical downgrade on this. But, you know, NES versus the arcade. What do you expect? Go away, Rocksteady. Oh, I just kick you a lot. Ow. I got extra lives, but I still want to stay away from you. I got they actually did add little things like that to make the games easier because they're so hard. Due to being on the NES. Still beatable on the original settings though, of course, I've done it. But I don't feel like taking a while to try to get good enough and all that, I just want to get it done. I just want to enjoy my time with the game. So you should attack Shredder immediately. He came out slower in this version. But that's expected, so nothing new. But, alright, there's one thing I definitely remember from this version of the game, and that was that there were Pizza Hut signs all over the place. I haven't seen any here yet. I wonder if they removed them all. Well, ha ha ha. Virtual soup line. Virtual soup line this time? Just ha ha ha. With no voice for obvious reasons. I'm not gonna mess around like I was doing in the arcade version, because I don't have infinite lives anymore. No, dynamite! Yeah, we got explosives. There's no way to run either. You go to the menu, just press other things, and now let's rewind. Pizza! It's not a whole pizza box this time, just a slice. $100 points! There's a lady on the skateboard. Look at all the glitches as you move around, and the sprite flickering, and oh look at those graphical issues right there. That's crazy. I don't remember it looking like that. Wow, a lot of jerking there. I think that's mostly left to right, not up to down, huh? That looks terrible. See the seam in the geometry and just looks horrible. It's all jittery. Yeah, those are supposed to be Pizza Hut signs. They must have removed those. I definitely remember that much. I wonder why they added like God mode into this game, but didn't do that for the Turtles 1 game. I mean, I wouldn't turn them on even if they did. But that game's supposed to be a lot harder. And I've actually finished this one. And they added extra settings here to make it easier. From the NES one, this is NES. Turtles 1, they didn't add anything to it. Bebop, your turn now. I'm sure I'm gonna get KO'd a few times while I'm fighting you. Like that. Something like that. I haven't actually been KO'd yet, but I'm sure I will be. Like that, as he punches me out of the air. This Mortal Kombat uppercuts me. Looks he's firing his gun, huh? Yeah, I know I'll fall into the sewer, so why doesn't he? I'll be helpful if I jump over him properly. I messed up the timing there. It would be better if I just wail on him. I've been trying to play around with jump kicks. I guess I just beat him. I believe it's still, what, like 3 continues or something? I just have 10 lives to start with. That's it, that's the only bonus I've got, is a few extra lives at the beginning. Ah, sledges! Here they come. I noticed those rockets aren't here in the sewers this time, or I have to stay on top, otherwise they immediately get blown up. Oh, hey, there they are. I wondered, like, where are those things? This is supposed to be the same game, just the NES version of it. Although I do like being able to play multiple versions of the same game so you can compare and contrast and all that. I would have liked it if they added, you know, new things into it too. There was like several different games, other than just several of the same game, like 2 versions of Turtles in Time, 2 versions of this, 3 versions of Tournament Fighters. I'm still gonna play the Genesis one. I have no idea how I'll do in that one other than badly, because it's a fighting game. I'm just not good at those. I've never played that one before. I will jump kick you. Oh, I'll keep trying to jump kick you and I'll keep missing. I'm not jump kicking you at the right angle. Because this may be a game, but math still matters greatly. Those angles are all about that math. Ah, I got stabbed. How dare you stab me? I'm seeing too much stuff on the screen at once. The NES can't handle it. Sprite flickering galore. And that's how you're supposed to handle the Mousers. Up here come those walls. It looks spiky here. Oh, now they're making a sound effect they didn't before. It looks like it should be ice foot soldiers or something with that light color they got. The white and the white blue. It would be good in that kind of environment. It'd be harder to see. You got camouflage. We played Baxter already. Well, to get extra life and points? I don't know, here's Baxter. Hey, I'm actually hitting him in this version. I couldn't hit him in the arcade version! Now I go back to missing it constantly. KO by Mausers, no doubt. I want to see the ship explode this time, rather than him just running away because that'd take too long. It's weird that the fights even have a time limit, because I'm sure I just blow it up. Go away, Baxter. I never liked you to begin with, fly or not. Fly your Mausers. Yeah, I did get an extra life from 200 points. Okay. Standard stuff, then. Well, she had more armor to your bot there. Yeah, how do you survive? How do the turtle's enemies magically survive being blown up? And now you suddenly a fly? Tonight I died on turtle soup. Let's melt snow and rebuild New York City. Now this is new. This was not in the arcade. Of course, to me, this isn't new. The arcade was new. So I hadn't actually been able to play that all the way through before. You know, it has been so many years since I played this, it may as well be new. Even though I do somewhat remember it, like all the Pizza Hut signs that were everywhere. It looked like I was stepping on top of that when I was above it. I'm sure I can fall into that hole. And that one. Killer Snowman. And of course, it is bots. Who put the lights out? Now you live in the sewers. Why does it damage you somehow? Here you go. Foot soldiers are actually throwing snowballs at me. I see that. You just go right over the hole like it's not there while I fall into it and take damage. And the rules don't apply to the AI. The AI is cheating. It should not have its own set of rules. It's like people in leadership positions in real life that constantly make up rules and then never follow them themselves. If you refuse to follow rules that you made up, then you are admitting that your rules are not worth following, because you yourself refuse to follow them. So follow your own rules. It's that simple. I don't like how close to the right of the screen I have to be to scroll it. Let's see what's coming. It usually isn't too big of a deal, but still shouldn't happen. Go away, foot soldiers. I told them to go away. That's what's going to be attacking me for the entire game. Well, that just follows me around the whole time. Like, I don't even get a chance to avoid it. I can blow it up, though. It's just like in those Game Boy games, I can attack them to get rid of the projectiles. I'll play the third Game Boy game, too. There. Get more toward the center when I move. Ice is just randomly arranged in the sky. That's some big hail. That's what that's supposed to be. That's the kind of hail that'll kill someone. But it seems like it's pretty hollow, too. So it's not proper hail, it was just manufactured by the Foot Clan, if anything, to hurt the turtles. It conveniently only falls when there's no foot soldiers around. That must be producing the snow. I should be able to just destroy that. Rather than fighting whoever the hell you are, I don't recognize you. I don't know your name. I know the names of a lot of the turtles' enemies, but not you. If only I knew how to do the special move. I do not. Occasionally I get it to work. See that? Kicking him when it happens should cause the ice to drop on him and damage him, but of course he's conveniently immune to that. Because the computer is immune to whatever it feels like being immune to. Simply because it feels like being immune to it. I'm just getting annihilated by this boss. I can't even hit him! I attack, I'm like not in range constantly or something. And I just get hit no matter what I do. Like all we can do is exchange blows continuously. It's not even flashing yet. And he seems he hates getting jump kicked. Now imagine that you were in a fight with someone in real life, and you're getting injured, so you started flashing orange repeatedly like this. I don't think that's how it works, game. Or you could just put your arms up in the air, and a giant block of ice will just fall into your hands. You can make as much ice as you want if you can go through life that way, huh? See, why couldn't you just destroy that in the first place? You didn't have to beat the boss first. You could have just destroyed that to begin with. Simply destroy that, and then move on! Don't... Swing is here, yeah. But the boss is irrelevant. The car looks too big for it to pull out and try to hit me. Oh, I still try to do that, though. It is a Turtles game, after all. They love their stage hazards. I love them too, so. F-15 and a 415 here. Yeah, parking garage. They hit pretty hard for a Cinder Turtle flying in one punch like that. Ding. I hope I don't end up having to game over as I go, even with all these extra lives. I'm not playing as well as I would have on the NES because, well, it's been too long since I have played it. It took me so long to be able to finish the game in the first place. Now, your really bad ninjas, all of them are, they really, really stand out in this environment. Are you supposed to be stealthy? Or the ninja I prefer, permanently invisible, to where they look in the mirror and can't even see themselves. Oh, there it goes. There was a car that went to hit me. And I got nailed by it too, so I did not expect that to actually happen. I didn't think it would. What, were those foot soldiers driving the car? Or what? Another one. Yeah. The stages in the NES also seem to be longer than the arcade. That version is designed to eat your money. This one's just designed to be super hard because the game's short, so they gotta make it really hard so you can't finish it immediately. I mean, it worked for me. Oh, I got damaged by that too, of course. Well, I gotta keep them near it so they can be damaged by it, but then I'm too close to it. If you have to slightly away, it seems like I can blow up by it. Am I just going up this parking garage? I'm 17 now? Why are there so many trailers here? What parking garage is this? Now this is where Bebop and Rocksteady were before. In this case, it's Baxter. In this case, it's a fly. Not really hitting me that hard, I noticed. And, like, not even taking much damage from his attacks. And I'm taking damage, but... What exactly is he flinging? How does he have that weapon? He gets special powers when he gets mutated. The turtles don't have any special abilities. They just fight. Physically. He's got projectiles. Where can the turtles do that kind of stuff? Right. Saved April. They have more animations of them doing things in this version of it. Actually showing them getting into it. Scene 4, let's get to that secret factory. Well, at least I made it here without having to continue. That's great. I'd probably already have gotten a game over and had no continues left. Without the extra lives cheat. Makes me wonder how I originally finished this game. It's been so long I don't remember. But I know I was a kid at the time, I just had school to worry about, and I had plenty of time, ouch, to play games. I didn't have to go to a job or have other various obligations like I do now. I was playing games like this and they were relatively new. The first console was the NES. That was also the best one to get. Because everything else was, like the Atari and such. Super Nintendo is still years out. I am older than the NES itself is. Not when it came out in the US, 1985. The NES is my first console, because at the time it was really the only one. I'm not counting the Atari and such. And Super Mario Brothers was my first game because that's what it came with. And I had actually played Super Mario Brothers before I actually got an NES. And I've got to play that for the channel sometime. Just because it was the first ever game I played. I don't know when, but sometime. Infinite spears! They throw it and then just instantly have another one. How do you get infinite spears? Why can't I have infinite projectiles too? Or any projectiles? The car to get hit by? I got the bombs. The explosions aren't like half the screen anymore. That would wreak a lot of havoc on the NES hardware, though. I don't want to have to start the level over again. Give me a pizza. I'm sure if I game over, we'll start the level over again from the beginning. Put me down. Never a pizza when you need one. Oh, it's a jump kick. Seems to be quite effective right now. But 2 attacks seem to beat basically every enemy that's not a boss. Or Roadkill Rodney. So much purple. Would you really want giant purple tires in your vehicle? I think that'd look kind of silly, depending on the vehicle anyway. I can imagine you get purple tires. It could look like, oh, I got an extra life, good. Or hopefully I can avoid getting a game over unless the boss kills me. Trying to think back on it, think I did game over in this stage often enough originally. Don't quite remember though, it's been way too long. There we are on this section. And the main thing I remember is, well, I'm not sure if I remember being juggled with machine guns. But on the let's beat their ninja magic, being stuck at that stage for a long time. Not even making it to the Technodrome. A level that isn't even in the arcade. Hopefully, if I game over, I start back here. Ow. Probably not. Like, nope, the stages are extra long. Boomerangs. Quick man, foot soldiers. I mean, they're about the right color, too. They're not quick, though. But still, I could use Time Stopper. That'd be useful. A time reversal like that, but Time Stopper. More of the character is having lots of space for ammo and bombs somehow, even though they're too small to contain it. Well, it's a long bit of nothing there. Scene 5, come on, let's bust this joint. Ain't no Splinter. A wrecked turtle van. How about the turtles learn to swing in dynamic ways, not just in one direction the whole time like they do? Know how to actually fight, not just mindlessly swing your weapon. I mean, if you're attacking someone with nunchucks in reality, you're not just going to do that the whole time, are you? No, I don't think you are. You're a terrible ninja, Michelangelo. You can't even use your weapon properly. You're like the guy in that Indiana Jones movie. You're trying to be all fancy with your weapon, showing off and such, but someone just pulls out a gun and shoots you. Trying to get up here. I have so much trouble jump kicking. No, I'd rather be up here. I feel like going down there with the electricity. Laser beams. That the foot soldiers are conveniently immune to. How convenient that the AI is immune. course it's immune to itself. Give me a pizza. Made it to the next stage at least, so... But I don't want to game over because I'll probably have to start the whole stage over, like I said. I don't want to do that. I know. Robot walkers. These things just keep firing. It's hard to dodge them, especially when they're firing from both directions at once. You gotta kick one and then get hit by the other one. And never repeat till you need one. Are they ever gonna make the foot pay for all the damage they do to everything, busting through all these windows and possibly destroying cars? They destroyed the turtle van. Oh, my colleague's out disappeared. So he is practicing his invisibility as a ninja. He tried to disappear when these things showed up. He almost had it, too. You can tell he wasn't perfect at it, though. You can still partly see him. Looked like his invisibility was glitched or something. You're not allowed to laugh at me because I get shot. In a game like this, it's really hard to deal with distance, getting the right angles and such. More quick man, foot soldiers. Right, get rid of the foot and have me fight another body part. A finger or something. Never a pizza. Need a pizza. Shredder could be like, I'm tired of losing all the time. I want to restart. I'm going to rename my clan. Instead of the foot, I shall call it the elbow. These things are hanging from nothing. There's nothing there. They're just... Pizza! Hello, you? Probably gonna game over on the boss. We shall see. Just so you get cooked like that. I can do lots of jump kicks. Just like I said, flying from time to time like that. Oh. How do I start doing this? Screw it. I don't want a game over. I'm the boss of the stage. No. So I don't want to have to just do the whole stage again. It's a waste of everyone's time. What, do I get no continues? Oh, I do. Yeah, it does. It starts me back over from here. Oh, I can't go. Oh, I can't go back far enough. Okay then. Let's do this again. Alright, back to the boss. If he ever starts moving. Come on. Now, I did practice a bit, so I can pretty well use a special move now. So I didn't even lose lives on the way to the boss this time. Well, I technically did it, just got an extra one as I went. Well, I thought I had the special move down. But Harry, I'm not doing it. Apparently I don't. Well, either way, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to game over on this boss this time. Even if I lose a few lives. Plus, in the section where I can like change my lives to 10 or turn on God mode, there's a stage select. So I can simply go back to where I was at anyway, even if I lose all my lives and have no continues left. And because I'm not going to hesitate to use that if I need to, I'm just going to beat on him now. Since he's got low HP anyway. And now I beat him. And how does Splinter just magically come down after I beat the boss, but not before that? Why couldn't you come down before that? What lets him down? Let's defeat the enemy is ninja magic. This is it. This is the stage I was always stuck on, right here. This is the stage that took me a long time to actually get past when I was playing the original NES game. There we go. Trying to do that special move properly. It's basically one-shot things, and it's not a cheat, it's just part of the base game. It's always been there. These guys are certainly a lot tougher. They also appear to be machines, but again, everything's machines, so that doesn't say much. They're certainly tougher than your typical foot soldiers. It takes 2 special moves to kill them rather than 1. It's just weird how in most of the games your special move actually drains your health to use, making you not really want to use it. But here you can just spam it, they don't care. Oh, you're ruining the floor! Oh, and of course I can fall into it. Who put the lights out? You did by falling into the hole. Don't ask stupid questions, Michelangelo. But being silly is your thing, so what would I expect out of you anyway? Yeah, all three of them done on one attack. I should be able to finish the stage now. With all these lives and the fact that I'm just killing everything in one hit with a special move. Candle! Ow. Bamboo spikes! Well, this is supposed to be like a ninja dojo or something. Oh, yes. Now that's a stealthy tiger. It literally blended in with the door. Like I'm supposed to hit this and all it does is just rush by. And the special move can't even hit it because they leap. Somehow kicking it in the... literally kicking it in the butt damages me? How does that work? You attack it, you take damage. Oh wait, this is the computer, that's how it works. You take damage because it says you do. It doesn't have to make sense. It just says you take damage. And when the AI controls the game, it can just make the rules whatever it wants. So, if this is supposed to get rid of the enemy's ninja magic, why do they still have ninja magic? And Shredder could duplicate himself and all that. Why do they have any in the next game? Because you destroyed it here, right? Scorpions. Things have a lot of health. And I wouldn't call this ninja magic either, this is just robots. Unless robots are magic now. But depending on the time period, they would be considered to be magic. Sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic after all. You show someone in the Dark Ages, or just far enough into the past, regardless of where it is, you show them a cell phone, they're gonna accuse you of witchcraft. Or say you got godly powers or something like that. Depending on the time period, of course. Otherwise, they're gonna believe it's magic. Like they believed lightning was magical power, or from the gods or something. Because they just didn't know what it was, so they made up an explanation. Where's the pizza when you need one? Ah, secret doors. Wouldn't be a dojo without those, right? I've always got to wonder, though, why not the turtles just go to these places and destroy them as they're being constructed? Don't let the foot get a foothold in the first place. You see them trying to do something? You see them, they're trying to build an army of foot soldiers? Don't wait until they do it. Destroy the factory before they get the chance. This is in Dimension X or something. You can't really get there easily, so. Preemptively take care of your enemies. Come on up here already. Do the special. Doesn't do anything without constantly getting hit either. Still lost most of my lives in this one stage. The Technodrome! Scene 7, we gotta find the Technodrome. Again, don't call it finding the Technodrome when you're literally in the Technodrome. You found it. It's like games need to stop calling things lost when they've been found. Remember in the MMO I played, Perfect World, there was a place called the Lost City. And it's literally one of the starting cities in the game. It's not lost, you know where it is! The moment you find something, it's no longer lost. The only game I know of that did it right is Final Fantasy XIV with the unhidden leather map. It used to be hidden, but you found it, so now it's not anymore. Literally the description of the item. I'll probably end up game overing in this because, you know, last stage and all that. But we'll see. Get juggled by these. Then things floating up and down on nothing. They just float on the air. At least the top one looks like it's on the black screen now. It's attached to the HUD somehow. So the turret is breaking the fourth wall. Why do you always keep the gun aimed down at the floor? Why can't you just, you know, aim straight and hit the turtle that way? Don't you know you aim for the head for critical hits? Extra life. That'll help. If we get frozen solid constantly, because these things conveniently pop up directly in front of you. And now I'm on an elevator. And like before, there is literally no place for this. I went by that whole area, there was no spot for those giant balls to be. And if those giant balls just appear out of nowhere, and I'm sure they actually do, based on how games are designed, then this is cheating. There has to be a reason they're there, not just, oh, it's a game. I don't care about the game development part of it, I care about the in-universe part of it. I know why things happen based on a development standpoint. I've done a lot of experimenting myself, and I've seen plenty of boundary break episodes. So I've got a pretty good idea of how developers do things. Keep hitting it. You get hit. You hit it. Get hit. Hit it. Get hit. What the hell? It's in the corner. Just hit it. Been able to do it before, why can't you do it now? Another pizza. No, you'd rather let me fight this guy. And the door just goes flying off, too. Yeah, splat it against the wall. A lot of health. Well, you're a boss. It's kind of expected, right? Like I said, I'm probably going to have to restart on the Technodrome here. But I want to at least beat this guy. I want to go as far as I can before I got to restart. So why are you back in later games if you're blown to bits now? Krang! It's been so long since I finished this game, I don't even remember this fight in this version of the game. I mean, it's the exact same fight as the arcade version, but I don't remember doing it here. Yeah, it's pretty obvious I'm not going to be able to beat this without using another continue, which is fine. I'll do what I gotta do. At least I'll finish it, that's all that matters to me. Probably gotta die on Krang here. And just press start, give myself infinite lives. Although I can make myself basically immune to damage. But the God mode also says it kills them in one hit. Well, does that count bosses too? Does it kill them in one hit? Because that'd be kind of a boring fight, you know? Making the bosses die instantly. Game under. Oh, it's supposed to be back at Krang. Well, that saves me a lot of time. I don't have to worry about it then. Let's right back here. How funny before when I'd keep missing, yet Krang would conveniently hit me anyway. If you can hit me, I should be able to hit you. Unless, of course, you're the computer and you simply decide you can hit me, but I can't hit you. The one who controls the rules of the game should not be allowed to be the opponent of the game. All I'll do is cheat. Doesn't matter how many times I use special moves. I'd like the voice in the arcade version. Ah, whatever he went, whenever he hit me. So he fires off a rocket punch and instantly has his fist back. How does that work? How do you get it back? Where does it come from? Especially when you fire it, it blows up. You're invincible because you're the computer and you just say you're invincible. How invincible are you when all you gotta do is say, I'm invincible, and then you are. Or just want to be invincible, and then you are. Why are you invincible? Because I said I am. That's it. All it takes is my words. I don't actually have to do anything to make myself invincible other than say I am. No, instant death. I don't want to run out of lives here. You just constantly use instant death, you just spam it. That's another thing. They can instantly kill. I can't. Okay, I'm just gonna cheat right back. You just spam instant death. I'm gonna use instant death too. See how you like it. You can cheat by using instant kill moves. I'll cheat by using an instant kill move too. Alright, Shredder, you can dish it out, but can you take it? You want to cheat by having clones of yourself and being able to instantly kill? What if I can do the same thing? Oh, you don't like that, do you? Then don't do it yourself. It's very simple. If you can't take it, don't try to deal it. You cheating bastard. You want to try to instant kill? I can do the same thing. So we're doing the credits, it's just a banner. Like a building thing. Now it's showing the turtles up here. See the turtle blimp in the background? Sub-programmer, did you program subs? I don't remember a submarine being in the game. And the turtles aren't being very good ninjas when they're being displayed on a big screen on a building and their blimp is just flying overhead. Everyone can see them. The whole idea is no one's supposed to know about you. But in too many games, you just walk in the streets, fighting foot soldiers as you go. You're terrible ninjas. I mean, they're doing it right in the movies. They're trying to hide. No one is supposed to know about them. So they ended up meeting April and Casey Jones and all that. Of course, they had to have those characters in there. The general public didn't know about them. Here, everyone knows. And how do they get these photos of the turtles anyway? Did they just let April take pictures of them like this? Like how Peter Parker is always able to get great pictures of Spider-Man? Yeah, and how'd they get Shredder there too? If they always escape to Dimension X, why don't the turtles just go through the portal to Dimension X with them and just off Shredder and Krang right there, eliminate the threat for good? That's what you're supposed to do. Eliminate your enemies permanently so they're no longer a threat ever again. That is how you do it, games. Heroes. Anyone. supposed heroes in games. They don't eliminate their enemies, so they keep coming back to be a threat in the next game again and again and again and again. Or movie or TV show or whatever. Just off them and be done with it. Anyway, that's it for this game. It's been going on for an extended period of time, but that's what happened. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.